ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा। वंदे गुरून् ईश भक्तान् ईशम् ईश्वरकान् तत्प्रकाशंश्च तच्चक्ति कृष्ण चैतन्य समज्ञकम्। I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gadoday Pushpavanto Chitra Shando Tamo Nudo. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Shri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of God to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. Yad advaitam brahmopanisadhi tad apiyasya tanubha ya आत्मांतर्यामी पुरुष इति सोष्यं स विभव सदैश्वर्य पूर्णो या इह भगवान स स्वयंमयम् न चैतन्यात् कृष्णात् जगति परातत्त्वं परं यः. What the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahman is but the effulgence of his body, and the Lord, known as the Supersoul, is but his localized plenary portion. Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, full with six opulences. He is the absolute truth, and no other truth is greater than or equal to him. Anarpita charim chirat karunayavatirnah kalau समर्पयितुम् उन्नतोज्ज्वल रसां स्वभक्ति श्रियां हरिपुरट सुंदर द्युति कदम्ब संदीपितः सदा हृदय कंदरे स्फुरतो वः सचिदंदनः. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendentally situated in the innermost chambers of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. राधा कृष्ण प्रणया विकृतिर्ह्लादिनी शक्तिरस्माद् एकात्मानव अपि भुवि पुरा देह भेदं गतौ तौ चैतन्याख्यं प्रकटम अधुना तद्द्वयं चैक्यम् आप्तं राधा भाव द्युति सुवलितं नौमि कृष्ण स्वरूपम. Take a chair and sit. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, previously they separated themselves. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. Shri Radhaya pranaya mahima kidrisho vanayeva swadyo yenadbhuta madhurima kidrisho va madiya sakhyam chasya mad anubhavatah kidrisham veti lobhat tadbhavadya samajani shachi garbha sindho harindu. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean. संकर्षण कारणो तोयशायी गर्भोदशायी च पयोदशायी शेषश्च यस्यांश कलश नित्य नन्दाख्या राम शरणं ममस्तु Nityanandakhya Ramam Sharanam Mamastu. May Shri Nityananda Ram be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshana, Sheshnag, and the Vishnus who lie in the Karan ocean, Garbha ocean, and ocean of milk are his plenary portions and the portions of his plenary portions. Vishnus are coming from Nityananda. मय्यातीते व्यापि वैकुंठ लोके पूर्णैश्वर्ये श्री चतुर्व्यूह मध्ये रूपम यस्यो भाति संकर्षणाख्यम तम श्री नित्यानंद रामम प्रपद्ये. I surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, who is known as Sankarshan, in the midst of Chaturvyuha consisting of Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. He possesses full opulences and resides in Vaikunt Loka, far beyond the material creation. Maya Bharta Janda Sanghashrayanga Shete Sakshat Karna Bodhi Madhye Yasya Shri Puman Adi Devas Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. I offer my full obeisances unto the feet of Shri Nityananda Ram, whose partial representation, called Karano Dakshai Vishnu, lying on the Karan ocean, is the original Purusha, the master of the illusory energy and the shelter of all the universes. Yasyam samsa shila garbhodashai yanabhi abjam loka sanghatanalam lokasashtu shutika dham dhatus tam shri nityananda ramam prapadye. I offer my full obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, a partial part of whom is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu sprouts the lotus, that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. The stem of that lotus is the resting place of the multitude of planets. Yasyam shamsa parat makhilanam posta Vishnur bhati dugdhabdishai Shani Bharata Yat Kala Sopya Anantas Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the feet of Shri Nityananda Ram, whose secondary part is the Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. That Shiro Dakshai Vishnu is the super soul of all living entities and the maintainer of all the universes. Sheshnag is his further subpart. Mahavishnur Jagatkarta Mayaya Srajati Yada Tasyavatara Evayam Advaitacharya Ishvara. Lord Advaitacharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. Advaitam Harina Advaitad Acharyam Bhakti Samsanad Bhaktavataram Ishamtam Advaitacharyam Ashraye. Because he is not different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is non-different from his features as a devotee, devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee, and devotional energy. Jayatam surto pangor mama manda matter gati mat sarvasva padam bhoja radha madana mohano. Please repeat.
Jayatam surto pangor mama manda matter gati mat sarvasva padam bhoja Radha Madana Mohana.
Very nice. Glory to the all-merciful Radha and Madan Mohan. I am lame and ill-advised, yet there are my directors, and their lotus feet are everything to me. दिव्याद वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमादाद श्रीमद रत्नागर सिंहासनस्थ श्रीमद राधा शील गोविंद देवो पृष्ठालिभि सेव्यमानो स्मरामि.
दिव्याद वृंदारण्य कल्पद्रुमदा श्रीमद रत्नगारा सिंहासनस्था श्रीमद राधा शील गोविंद देव पृष्ठालिभि सेव्यमानो स्मरामि.
In a temple of jewels in Vrindavan, underneath a desire tree, Shri Shri Radha Govind, served by their most confidential associates, sit upon an effulgent throne. I offer my humble obeisances unto them. Sambandh, Abhideya, and now Prayojan. श्रीमान रास रसारंभी वंशीवट तटस्थित कर्षण वेणु स्वनेर गोपीर गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः.
श्रीमन् रास रसारंभी वंशीवट तटस्थित कर्षण वेणु स्वनेर गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः. Shri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental value of the rasa dance, stands on the shore in Vamshivata and attracts the attention of the cowherd damsels with the sound of his celebrated flute. May they all confer upon us their benediction.
Sri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental mellow of the Ras dance, stands on the shore in Vamshivata and attracts the attention of cowherd damsels with the sound of his celebrated flute. May they all confer upon us their benediction. That is our prayer. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Glory to Shri Chaitanya and Nityananda.
Glory to Advaita Chandra and glory to all the devotees of Shri God.
Lord Chaitanya. ए तीन ठाकुर गौड़िया के कार्य छिन आत्मसात इतने चरण वंदन तीन मोरा नाथ. These three deities of Vrindavan, Madan Mohan, Govinda and Gopinath, have absorbed the heart and soul of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, followers of Lord Chaitanya. I worship their lotus feet, for they are the lords of my heart. Purport. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, who is that? Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, offers his respectful obeisances unto the three deities of Vrindavan named Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan
Radha Govindev
and Shri
Radha Gopinath.
These three deities are the life and soul of the Bengali Vaishnavas or Gaudiya Vaishnavas, who have a natural aptitude for residing in Vrindavan. The Gaudiya Vaishnavas, who follow strictly in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, worship the divinity by chanting transcendental sounds meant to develop a sense of one's transcendental relationship with the Supreme Lord, a reciprocation of mellows, rasas, of mutual affection, and ultimately the achievement of the desired success in loving service. These three deities are worshipped in three different stages of one's development. The followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu scrupulously follow these principles of approach. Gaudiya Vaishnavas perceive the ultimate objective in Vedic hymns composed of 18 transcendental letters that adore Krishna as Madan Mohan, Govinda as Gopijan Vallabh, Madan Mohan is he. Krishna as Madan Mohan, Govinda and Gopijan Vallabh. 3. They adore Krishna in this way. Madan Mohan is he who charms the Cupid. Cupid is the god of love. Govinda is he who pleases the senses and the cows. And Gopijan Vallabh is the transcendental lover of the gopis. Krishna himself is called Madan Mohan, Govind, Gopijan Vallabh, and countless other names as he plays in his different pastimes with his devotees. The three deities, Madan Mohan, Govind, and Gopijan Vallabh, have very specific qualities. Worship of Madan Mohan is on the platform of re-establishing our forgotten relationship with the personality of Godhead. In the material world, we are presently in utter ignorance of our eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord. Pango refers to one who cannot move independently by his own strength, and Mandamate is one who is less intelligent because he is too absorbed in materialistic activities. It is best for such persons not to aspire for success in fruitive activities or mental speculation, but instead simply to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The perfection of life is simply to surrender to the Supreme. In the beginning of our spiritual life, we must therefore worship Madan Mohan so that he may attract us and nullify our attachment for material sense gratification. This relationship with Madan Mohan is necessary for neophyte devotees. When you do not have love for Krishna, when you are not in constant remembrance of Krishna, then whom you should worship? Madan Mohan. Why? Because he is, what does Madan Mohan mean? So he is so attractive that he will even attract that Cupid who makes this material world look attractive. So you are not worshipping Krishna because you are getting attracted by this world. But somebody has made this world attractive. That is Cupid, Kamdev. So if you worship Madan Mohan, then what will happen? You will get attracted to that personality who attracts even Cupid. Okay. In the beginning of our spiritual life, we must therefore worship Madan Mohan so that he may attract us and nullify our attachment for material sense gratification. This relationship with Madan Mohan is necessary for beginner devotees. When one wishes to render service to the Lord with strong attachment, one worships Govinda on the platform of transcendental service. Govinda is the reservoir of all pleasures. When, by the grace of Krishna and the devotees, one reaches the perfection in devotional service, he can appreciate Krishna as Gopijan Vallabh, the pleasure deity of the damsels of Raja. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this mode of devotional service in 3 stages, and therefore these worshipable deities were installed in Vrindavan by different Goswamis. They are very dear to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas there, who visit the temple at least once a day. Besides the temples of these 3 deities, many other temples have been established in Vrindavan, such as the temple of Radha Damodar of Jeev Goswami, the temple of Shyam Sundar by Shyamanand Goswami, the temple of Gokulanand by Loknath Goswami, and the temple of Radha Raman by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. There are 7 principal temples over 400 years old that are the most important of the 5,000 temples that are now existing in Vrindavana. Divya Chinta Ratana Mandira Manohara. Gaudiya indicates the part of India between southern side of Himalaya mountains and the northern part of Vindhya hills, which is called Aryavart or the land of Aryans. Who is an Aryan? Aryan means someone who knows the value of life, value of human life. Somebody who knows the goal of life is called an Aryan. What is the goal of life? Yes, that is the goal of life. अमृत कालिंदी नीरे व्रज हम साकेली कोरे ताहे शोभे कनक कमाला. This portion of India is divided into 5 parts or provinces. Panch Gaudadesh, Saraswat, Kashmir and Punjab, Kanyakubja, Uttar Pradesh, including the modern city of Lucknow, Madhya Gauda, Madhya Pradesh, Maithila, Bihar and part of Bengal, and Utkal, part of Bengal and the whole of Orissa. Bengal is sometimes called Gaudadesh partly because it forms a portion of Maithila and partly because the capital of Hindu king Raja Raj Lakshman Sena was known as Gauda. This old capital later came to be known as Gaudapur and gradually Mayapur. The devotees of Orissa are called Udiyas. The devotees of Bengal are called Gaudiyas, and devotees of southern India are known as Dravida devotees. As there are 5 provinces in Aryavart, so Dakshinatya, southern India, is also divided into 5 provinces, which are called Panch Dravida. The 4 Vaishnava who are great authorities of the 4 disciplic succession, as well as Sripad Shankaracharya of the Mayavad school, appeared in the Panch Dravid provinces. Among the 4 who are all accepted by Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Sri Ramanujacharya appeared in southern part of Andhra Pradesh at Mahabhutapuri. Sri Madhvacharya appeared in Pajakam near Viman Giri in the district of Mangalore. Sri Vishnu Swami appeared at Pandya and Sri Nimbark appeared in Munger Patna in the extreme south. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the chain of disciplic succession from Madhvacharya, but the Vaishnavas in his line do not accept the Tattvavadis, who also claim to belong to Madhva Sampradaya. To distinguish themselves clearly from the Tattvavadi branch of Madhva's descendants, the Vaishnavas of Bengal prefer to call themselves Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Sri Madhvacharya is also known as Sri Gaud Purnananda, and therefore the name Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya is quite suitable for the disciplic succession of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Our spiritual master, Om Vishnupad, Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj accepted initiation in Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. ग्रंथेरा आरंभ करी मंगल चरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीरेरा स्मरण.
ग्रंथेरा आरंभ करी मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीरेरा स्मरण.
In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord and personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benedictions. Tinera smarane haya vigna vinashana anayase haya nija vanchita purana. Such remembrance destroys all difficulties and very easily enables one to fulfill his own desires. Se mangala charana haya trividha prakara vastu nirdesha ashirvada namaskara. The invocation involves 3 processes.
Defining the object, offering benedictions, and offering obeisances. Defining the objective,
offering benedictions, and offering obeisances. प्रथम दुई श्लोके इष्ट देव नमस्कारा सामान्य विशेष रूपे द्वित प्रकारा. The first 2 verses offer respectful obeisances generally and specifically to the Lord who is the object of worship. तृतीय श्लोके ते करी वस्तुर निर्देश यह ते जानी पर तत्वेर उद्देश.
In the third verse, I indicate the absolute truth, who is the ultimate substance. With such a description, one can visualize the supreme truth.
चतुर्थ श्लोके ते करी जगते आशीर्वाद सर्वत्र मागिये कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रसाद.
In the fourth verse, I have invoked the benediction of the Lord upon all the world, praying to Lord Chaitanya for his mercy upon all.
शेष श्लोके कही बाह्यावतार कारण पंचषष्ठ श्लोके कही मूल प्रयोजन.
In the verse, I have also in that verse I also explain the external reason for Lord Chaitanya's incarnation. But in the fifth and sixth verse, I have explained the prime reason for his advent.
इच्छाय श्लोके कही चैतन्येर तत्व आर पंच श्लोके नित्यानंदेर महत्व.
In their 6 verses, I have described the truth about Lord Chaitanya, whereas in the 5th, I have described the glory of Lord Chaitanya, of Lord Nityananda.
Whereas in the next 5, I have described the glories of Lord Nityananda. आर दुई श्लोके अद्वैत तत्वाख्यान आर एक श्लोके पंच तत्वेर व्याख्यान.
The next 2 verses describe the truth of Advait Prabhu, and the following verse describes the Panchatattva, the Lord, his plenary portion, his incarnation, his energies, and his devotees.
हरि बोल. 14 श्लोके करी मंगल चरण तान्ही मध्य कही सब वस्तु निरूपण.
These 14 verses therefore offer auspicious invocations and describe the supreme truth.
सब श्रोत वैष्णवे रे करी नमस्कार ही सब श्लोके रे करी अर्थ विचार.
I offer my obeisances unto all Vaishnava readers as I begin to explain the
intricacies
of all these verses.
सकल वैष्णव शन करी एक मन चैतन्य कृष्णेर शास्त्र मत निरूपण.
I request all my Vaishnava readers to read and hear with rapt attention this narration of Shri Krishna Chaitanya as
inculcated
in the revealed scriptures.
Lord Chaitanya is the absolute truth Krishna himself. This is substantiated by evidence from the authentic spiritual scriptures. Sometimes people accept a man as God on the basis of their whimsical sentiments and without reference to the revealed scriptures. But the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita proves all his statements by citing the Shastras. Thus, he establishes that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of Godhead. कृष्ण गुरु भक्त शक्ति अवतार प्रकाश कृष्ण इच्छाया रूपे करे न विलास.
Lord Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual master, the devotees, the diverse energies, the incarnations, and the plenary portions. They are all 6 in one.
Yeah. इच्छाया तत्वेर करी चरण वंदन प्रथमे सामान्य करी मंगल चरण.
And therefore worship the lotus feet of these 6 diversities of the one truth by invoking their benedictions.
वंदे गुरुनीश भक्तान ईशम ईश्वरतरकान तत्प्रकाशम तच्चक्ति कृष्ण चैतन्य समज्ञकम.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, His plenary portions, His energies, and the
primeval
Lord Himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami has composed a Sanskrit verse for the beginning of this book, and now he will explain it in detail. He offers his respectful obeisances to the six principles of the absolute truth. Gurun is the plural in number because anyone who gives spiritual instructions based on revealed scriptures is accepted as spiritual master. All the others give help in showing the way to beginners. The Guru who first initiates one with the Maha Mantra is to be known as the initiator. And the saints who give instructions for progressive advancement in Krishna consciousness are called instructing spiritual masters. The initiating and instructing spiritual masters are equal and identical manifestations of Krishna, although they have different dealings. Their function is to guide the conditioned souls back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami accepted Nityanand Prabhu and the six Goswamis in the category of Guru. Isha Bhaktan refers to the devotees of Lord like Shivas and all other such followers who are the energy of the Lord and are qualitatively non-different from him. Ishavatara Karna refers to acharyas like Advaita Prabhu, who is an avatar of the Lord. Tat Prakashan indicates the direct manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nityananda Prabhu, and the initiating spiritual master. Tat Shakti refers to the spiritual energies, Shaktis of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gadadhar, Damodar, and Jagadananda belonging to this category of internal energy. The six principles are differently manifested by all equally worshipable. Krishna Das Kaviraj begins by offering his obeisances unto them to teach us the method of worshipping Lord Chaitanya. The external potency of Godhead called Maya can never associate with the Lord, just as darkness cannot remain in the presence of light. Yet, darkness being but an illusory and temporary covering of light has no existence independent of light. Darkness cannot exist without light. Mantra Guru Arayata Shiksha Guru Gana Tanhara Charana Age Kariye Vandana.
I offer my respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of my initiating spiritual master and all my instructing spiritual masters.
Srila Jeev Goswami, in his thesis Bhakti Sandarbha, has stated that uncontaminated devotional service is the objective of pure Vaishnavas and that one has to execute such service in the association of other devotees. By associating with devotees of Lord Krishna, one develops a sense of Krishna consciousness and thus becomes inclined toward the loving service of the Lord. This is the process of approaching Supreme Lord by gradual appreciation in devotional service. If one desires unalloyed devotional service, one must associate with devotees of Shri Krishna, for by such association only can a conditioned soul achieve a taste for transcendental love and thus revive his eternal relationship with Godhead in a specific manifestation and in terms of the specific transcendental mellow, rasa, that one has eternally inherent in him. If one develops love for Krishna by Krishna conscious activities, one can know the supreme absolute truth. But he who tries to understand God simply by logical arguments will not succeed, nor will he get a taste for unalloyed devotion. The secret is that one must submissively listen to those who know perfectly the science of God, and one must begin the mode of service regulated by the preceptor. A devotee already attracted by the name, form, qualities, etc. of the Supreme Lord may be directed to his specific manner of devotional service. He need not waste time in approaching the Lord through logic. The expert spiritual master knows well how to engage his disciples' energy in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, and thus he engages a devotee in a specific devotional service according to his special tendency. A devotee must have only one initiating spiritual master because in the scriptures, acceptance of more than one is always forbidden. There is no limit, however, to the number of instructing spiritual masters one may accept. Generally, a spiritual master who constantly instructs a disciple in spiritual science becomes his spiritual master later on. One should always remember that a person who is reluctant to accept a spiritual master one should always remember that a person who is reluctant to accept a spiritual master and be initiated is sure to be baffled in his endeavors to go back to Godhead. One who is not properly initiated may present himself as a great devotee, but in fact, he is sure to encounter many stumbling blocks on his path of progress towards spiritual realization, with the result that he must continue his term of material existence without relief. Such a helpless person is compared to a ship without a rudder, for such a ship can never reach its destination. It is imperative, therefore, that one accept a spiritual master if he at all desires to gain the favor of the Lord. The service of the spiritual master is essential. If there is no chance to serve the spiritual master directly, a devotee should serve him by remembering his instructions. There is no difference between spiritual master's instructions and the spiritual master himself. In his absence, therefore, his words of direction should be the pride of the disciple. If one thinks that he is above the consulting anyone else, including a spiritual master, he is at once an offender at the lotus feet of the Lord. Such an offender can never go back to Godhead. It is imperative that a serious person accept a bona fide spiritual master in terms of Shastric injunctions. Sheila Jeev Goswami advises that one not accept a spiritual master in terms of hereditary or customary social and ecclesiastical conventions. One should simply try to find a genuinely qualified spiritual master for actual advancement in spiritual understanding. Okay. The 10 verses in this. You like to take a break, please go and see. Thank you. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunath.
By instructing spiritual masters are Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatan Goswami, Shri Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Goswami, Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Shri Raghunath Das Goswami.
इच्छाय गुरु शिक्षा गुरु ये हमारा तानसा बार पद में कोटि नमस्कार.
These six are my instructing spiritual masters, and therefore I offer millions of respectful obeisances unto their lotus feet.
By accepting the six Goswamis as his instructing spiritual masters, the author specifically the author specifically makes it clear that one should not be recognized as Gaudiya Vaishnava if he is not obedient to them. Bhagwanera bhaktayata Shivasa pradhana tanasabhara pad padme sahasra pranama. There are innumerable devotees of the Lord, of whom Shiva's Thakur is the foremost. I offer my respectful obeisances thousands of times unto their lotus feet. Advaita Acharya Prabhura Amsha Avatara Tandrapad Padme Koti Pranati Amara. Advaita Acharya is the Lord's partial incarnation, and therefore I offer my obeisances millions of times at his lotus feet. Nityananda Rai Prabhu Swarupa Prakasha Tandrapad Padma Vando Yanra Muni Dasa. Srila Nityananda Ram is the plenary manifestation of the Lord, and I have been initiated by him. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. Gadadhara Panditadi Prabhura Nija Shakti Tanasa Bhara Charne Mora Sahasra Pranati. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the internal potencies of the Lord, of whom Shri Gadadhar Prabhu is the foremost. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Swayam Bhagwana Tanahara Padara Vinde Ananta Pranama. Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the personality of Godhead himself, and therefore I offer innumerable prostrations at his lotus feet. Savarane Prabhure Kariya Namaskara Ichhaite no Yaiche Kariye Vechara. Having offered obeisances unto the Lord and all his associates, I shall now try to explain these six diversities in one. There are many unalloyed devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all of whom are considered associates surrounding the Lord. Krishna should be worshipped with his devotees. The diverse principles are therefore the eternal paraphernalia through which the absolute truth can be approached. यद्यपि अमर गुरु चैतन्य रदासा तथापि जानिए अमी तन्हारा प्रकाशा. Although I know that my spiritual master is a servitor of Sri Chaitanya, I know him also as a plenary manifestation of the Lord. Every living entity is essentially a servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the spiritual master is also his servant. Still, the spiritual master is a direct manifestation of the Lord. With this conviction, a disciple can advance in Krishna consciousness. A spiritual master is not different from Krishna because he is a manifestation of Krishna. Lord Nityananda, who is Balram himself, the first direct manifestation or expansion of Krishna, is the original spiritual master. He helps Lord Krishna in his pastimes, and he is a servant of the Lord. Every living entity is eternally a servant of Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Therefore, the spiritual master cannot be other than a servant of Lord Chaitanya. The spiritual master's eternal occupation is to expand the service of the Lord by training disciples in the service attitude. The spiritual master never poses as the Supreme Lord himself. He is considered a representative of the Lord. The revealed scriptures prohibit one's pretending to be God, but a bona fide spiritual master is a most faithful and confidential servant of the Lord and therefore deserves as much respect as Krishna. Guru Krishna Rupa Hana Shastrena Pramane Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karena Bhaktagane. According to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is not different from Krishna. Lord Krishna, in the form of the spiritual master, delivers his devotees. The relationship of a disciple with his spiritual master is as good as his relationship with the Supreme Lord. A spiritual master always represents himself as the humblest servitor of the personality of Godhead. But the disciple must look upon him as the manifested representation of Godhead. Acharyam mam vijjaniyan navamanyeta karche namartya buddhiya suyeta sarvadeva mayoga guru. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11:17-27, spoken by Lord Krishna when he was questioned by Uddhav regarding the four social and spiritual orders of society. Stop there for today.